Yo, today we're going to be talking about the business model that I have come across that there's a good chance will never fail. Let's go ahead and get into it. So majority of this is going to be my personal story. It's going to be about Howdy Media, which is the media company that I run. I started it in about 2022, a little bit after COVID, and I was in college in my apartment. I was like, man, what the heck am I going to do after I graduate? I was a realtor, I was into real estate, and I came across the idea through doing real estate deals. I was like, man, there's a big need for advertising for professional photo, professional video in the town that I live in. So, guess what I did? I bought a $4,000 camera. Didn't have $4,000, okay? So, I took a leap of faith, got a drone, got a camera, and I discovered the whole media thing through this. Now, this turned into something way bigger than I could have ever imagined. With it being 2024 now, and with TikTok in 2020 becoming so relevant and so video focused, all of the other platforms started changing. Okay. And so, one thing that I will tell you is that if you're wanting to develop a skill that is going to be worth a lot of money, make sure and get into the video space, because that is where everything is going. And I can tell you that right now because of everything that I'm seeing. Every single business owner, shout out business owners, they are all wanting to push, and majority of them see the power in the videos. Because listen, that's exactly how I started Howdy Media. I immediately started posting on the internet, immediately started making content, and that's what kickstarted my company. Now, nothing we put out at the beginning was very good, but you just have to keep doing it and you will continue to get better. This is why I think in 2024 and moving forward in the next 10, 20 years, if you can get good at video, and that goes for everybody, if you're a business owner, if you're a creative, if you can get good at video, being on camera like I'm doing right now, if you can communicate your message clearly through everything that you post online, the amount of potential there and ROI is out the roof. I heard the story the other day. This entrepreneur, I believe she was in real estate, she was tired of it. She was tired of selling houses. And she decided to start a group about one of her passions, which is, I think she was embroidering or screen printing shirts. Anyways, she started this group and it just continued to grow. It was very niche. It was very targeted. She continued to grow this audience, continued to grow this group. And this example is the example that really opened my eyes to see the power of video, the power of online, like creating a personal brand, getting your message out there, because majority of the time you don't have a business problem, you have an awareness problem. Anyways, this lady, she builds this group, right? Now she charges $129 per month to be a part of this group. She facilitates, she manages, so it's $129. And if you want to do a VIP, it's $179. And so this is just, there's unlimited options you can use the internet for, but this is one of the craziest ones that I've ever heard. So she had about 2,000 people signed up on a monthly reoccurring like thing, like a membership. And she is bringing in over $300,000 per month. Now, that's a lot. That's a lot of change. That's just one very specific scenario that video has worked and worked very well. I'm also hearing tons of business owners saying before COVID, before the world shut down, they were paying videographers like 25 to 30,000 a year. Now they're paying multiple six figures for this stuff. So this business model, video production, photography, media in general, if you can create a high production value, video that communicates very well, it's pretty hard to fail within the coming years. Um, that's the reason I think this is the greatest business model. Now, if you are a business owner, you need to take advantage of this because it may seem like a big investment up front. But like I said earlier, the ROI, if you paid somebody $10,000 a month and then at the end of the month they handed you $300,000 a month, would it be worth it to you? That's the question. And that's the perspective and mind shift that you have to have. Because yes, it is that big of an opportunity here. And that's one thing I've been pushing in my local market, which is here in Texas. I've been pushing it massively. So, a little bit more about my story, who we are, what is Howdy Media. Hey, I wanted to hop on here really quick and remind you guys about our 24-hour podcast setup services. So, if you have a space in your office, in your church, at your house that you want to transform into something similar like this, we've perfected the technique. We've got the whole list of everything you need. We'll personally look at your space. We'll do some interior design work, set up all the cables, make a trip out to your location and set it all up for you and train you how to use it. So if you're interested, I'm leaving a link in the description for you to check out. Hope to work with you guys soon. So we started off doing specifically real estate stuff. We only did photography, like MLS listing photos. We did video services. And now listen, I started off on an iPhone. Okay. I started off making videos on an iPhone. I bought a DJI gimbal and it went fantastic. I charged like $25 or something. It sucked, but it was fun. And so I slowly transitioned. I started learning how to use the camera that I had. I bought a Sony a7 III, which kickstarted everything. I soon discovered it could do photo, video, literally anything you needed, very high quality. And so what did that venture off into? That ventured off into weddings. That ventured off into corporate work, bigger video production jobs, creating commercials, creating podcasts, which is where we're at right now, our podcast studio downtown. And so all of these things, we started off just doing real estate, and now we are doing very high level video production. We have drones that we can use. So we're certified drone pilots. We have a podcast studio, and there's a possibility we're expanding soon. But basically the podcast studio we have a spot here, downtown Abilene, where you can come and sit down, record, or like have your conversation. We will be monitoring it. We'll be recording it using our equipment. We'll take that, we'll edit it. And there's streamlined ways you can do all of this, but we'll edit it and then we'll distribute it to YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever it is. And if you don't want to do it here, one of our more recent services that has been taking off is our podcast studio setup service. So if you have a spot, if you have a place or an office in your church, in your company, wherever it is, that's one of the things that we're starting to do more and more. And as video becomes more relevant, like people are seeing the value in it and trying to reach the people online, because listen, there's 5 billion people every single day that are active online. And so when are you going to stop being the consumer and becoming the creator to where people are watching you? That's been one of my goals, especially as a small business owner. I would consider this a small business. It's hard to do my job as well as create a plethora of content. And so I have to be very strategic, which is what we help other people with. But whenever it comes to myself, I'm like, I can just film later. We got to film somebody else right now. Like there's times and places for that, but you have to make it a priority in your own business, in your own life. If you don't know where to start, leave a comment. Let me know and I'll reach out to you. There's also going to be links in the description to book a meeting directly with me. We do offer coaching and consulting services for individuals, as well as we're starting a program starting in 2025. It's going to be like a 6-week program where it's going to be basically like a boot camp or intensive to help you figure out your strategy, your personal brand, etc. But let's get back to the story a little bit more. We ventured off into all of these things, including podcasts, and the amount of, I guess, the amount of people that we hear say, like, we've been looking for something like this. This is insane. You are doing an incredible job of serving your market's needs. That's one of the biggest things whenever looking to start a business, is finding something that will be able to fulfill something that your market needs. And I think starting a media company has been the greatest decision of my life. And I don't credit it at all to myself. I was doing just like a little Devo one day, which I usually do every single morning. But I just had this like light bulb moment, right? And it was like, hey, open up a podcast studio. And that was it. And I was like, okay, Lord, if this is something you want me to do, then I'm going to do it. And the amount of doors that have opened has been insane. And it's just being obedient to the word of God and to that voice that's inside of you. The Lord puts these passions inside your soul for a reason. And so if you have that feeling, if that's you today, like, go for it, because you never know what's going to happen. Starting this podcast studio has opened up doors to make like insane amounts of not just like dollars, but like wealth overall, opportunities for health, opportunities for relationships, and just meeting the new people, meeting the new brands, the new companies. And it just lights itself on fire and takes off. And so whenever you put a good product with good networking, with good marketing through video, like, the video aspect is like pouring gasoline on the fire. It just takes it off. And like, that is the point where you have to start figuring out more systems and getting into that side of things, which is kind of where we're at right now. But if you haven't gone all in on video, I strongly suggest that you do. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy, okay? It can be strictly pulling out your iPhone, put it on a tripod, get B-roll of yourself. Like, show people what you're about, build that trust, build that authentic relationship, and you will watch your business explode like you can't even imagine. So if you like this video, make sure to leave a like. Thanks for sticking to the end. If you learned something, leave it in the comments. If you want to join our insiders group, it's on Facebook, free. Anybody can join. You just have to request. There's going to be a link in the description as well to go and join the Facebook group. It's just a community full of creatives and mainly business owners who are wanting to up their game, who are wanting to build their personal brand and their online presence in the future. We focus a lot on social media strategies, on how to use your iPhone, how to use basic equipment on, like, that everybody has access to, but how to maximize your use, how to maximize what you're doing with it, and developing strategies and tips and ways that you can use all of those tools to grow your business and grow your brand. So if you like this video, again, make sure to leave a like and please subscribe. We're at 113 subscribers, y'all, which is literally insane. We started like 2 months ago posting consistently. So thank you if you're a subscriber. If you're not, I would love to have you be a part of the Howdy Gang or the Howdy Insiders group, whatever you want to call it. We will see you on the next video.